Guys, Tuesday. What are we looking at today? Well, this is one of those deals where, when I say if there is a tomorrow, I don't think there was supposed to be a tomorrow. But somebody got on the phone with a friend and's been on the phone with a friend for long enough that I decided to come down here and discuss 4-bean. What's the 4-bean? Romano, which I have no idea what the hell that is. Madagascar, vanilla, cocoa, and coffee. It is 10% by volume, and as soon as she gets her butt in the house, she said she was going to take me out to dinner. So, looks like she's driving. The 3-bean was excellent. They classified this as a porter. This is from Sixpoint Brewery via NYHAP. Okay, as you can see, it is very, very dark. Surprisingly, it smells like a porter, but it's not overdone with any of those. Now I do have it fairly cold. I can tell you. Yes, Paul at BandEBrewReviews. I can tell you, as you let this warm up a little bit, you definitely get more of the flavors. But you also, at least with the 3-bean now, I don't know about this one, with the 3-bean you also got a little bit more of a booziness with it. Love that girl. Okay, so again, fairly mild porter-like smell. A little bit of cocoa. Maybe I can do the vanilla, probably because I know that the vanilla is in there, one of those kind of things, and the coffee. I remember the old 3-bean. I thought it was fairly bold on the coffee. So, cheers. Cheers while this lasts. Well, Nancy, I have an itch that only you can scratch. Chuck. It seems like it still has all those flavors, but it seems a little bit more mellowed out than I remember it. I mean, it wasn't that I didn't. How do I say this? The 3-bean was good, but it was not a beer I could sit and drink all night long. I just thought it just was a little bit too much of like the coffee. And I don't know why I say that, because I'll drink like, say, 1050 until I pass out, which at 10% plus per volume, those just really pack a wallop. I guess if you've had 1050 and then you're kind of wondering where this is, they're kind of in two completely different. I mean, one's an imperial versus the porter. So this one by nature has got a little bit lighter mouthfeel. Up front, almost has a little bit of a hoppy surge. I think you're getting that vanilla right up front. Right behind that is the coffee, then the chocolate, and then just a brief moment where like all the flavors like start to collect themselves, and I think the coffee comes on strongest at the finish on it. Ah, this would be good over vanilla ice cream. Actually, it might be. Now, it's been a while since I've had the 3-bean because the last few allocations of 3-bean that I was sent, I actually saved them for Christine's friend Wendy. I like this more than the 3-bean. I guess since I have a few more than normal of these, I probably will take one out, take it out of the fridge, set it on the counter, let it sit there for 15-20 minutes, let it warm up just a little bit, and kind of see where that where those flavors and the alcohol goes, because you would not know that this one was 10%. It's pretty mild as far as I'm not getting any booziness or any warming or anything off of it at all. But it's good. The only thing, and I think it's probably those Madagascar vanilla beans right up front. They have a little bit different flavor. If you've had like the vanilla extract or vanilla concentrate or anything that's really vanilla, you know what that's like. And this is a little bit different, which is probably why it's cool and they put their own name on it. It's not just a vanilla bean, it's a Madagascar vanilla bean. Like I said, this will be a disappointingly short one, but that'll free Chuck up for more time to bother other people on YouTube, because he'll be in and out, and he's he probably has people, Chuck, fast forward to like 20 minutes and 30 seconds. Yeah, the little fucker takes a swing at you right there. Yeah. Matter of fact, hang on a second. Then they conference, they go over to another guy. He's got another guy that comes up with the responses that he has. So you got the one guy that calls him, points out where the shit is said about him. He's got another guy that tries to come up with something witty yet edgy, because he normally thinks he's like fucking funny, and he's just not. Again, like the other one, could I sit and drink these all night? Well, at 10%, it's possible it'd be a short night. But to be honest, I kind of put this in the same category as some of the harder to get, more kind of specialty ones. I'd say this is something that I'd pop open and as a treat every now and then, but I just don't think I could sit and drink these all night long. In comparison to the for a porter, it is a bold, kick-ass porter. I mean, I gotta keep in mind, this is not an imperial stout or something like that, but for what it is, it is very good. 4 beans. There's a picture of 4 beans. Beans. So on the E scale, I'm gonna give 4 bean an 8.5. And if you can get this and you like a full-bodied porter, I definitely recommend giving it a try. I'm gonna have to do a head count and find out how many are in there, because I like Wendy and all, but not that much. So if there's 7 of these left, I might be a good guy and, you know, put 4 aside for her. Not 6, but 4. Other than that, I picked up a. I kind of like, you know, this isn't something that you're not going to see me rolling around town. Can be this is probably a subject for the other channel, let alone, you know, you beer drinking bastards. But I've said this before. I know there's some people that agree. There's some people that strongly disagree. The whole, how do you carry? Concealed or open? You know, inside the waistband, outside the waistband. Mainly it would be open carry versus conceal carry. I personally like the tactical edge of someone not knowing that you're carrying. You know, if the camera's aimed down here right now, you'd have no idea if I have a firearm on me. Which I think seeing the firearm, but maybe getting jumped, you know, someone surprising you, whatever, I think it takes away a tactical advantage that you have. You want to open carry, you think that you're moving forth our cause to be out strolling around in the masses with a firearm on your side, more power to you. I don't necessarily give in to the thought process that it hurts us because it's the wild, wild west. The douchebag libtards like Al the douchebag Franken, you know, people like him, Amy the slut Klobuchar. I don't actually know if she's a slut. She's a libtard, though. You know, these are all people that, you know, if you ask them, it's like when Minnesota was trying to get its concealed carry permit passed, it was like, Minnesota's going to turn into the wild, wild west. There's going to be shootouts in the streets. That never happened. As a matter of fact, the first year that we had our conceal and carry, the crime rate dropped for the state by over 19% and has continued to drop since then. Criminals are idiots, but they're not all stupid. Because now they have to decide at an instant if that guy who's got the cool watch could be carrying a gun, and is that watch worth taking around for? So, but when I'm out at the shack, I'm walking around in the woods, you know, at home here in my pajamas with the fluffy slippers, I have a few drop leg holsters. The first one, my primary one, obviously it can suit several firearms, but I got it for my G20, my 10mm Glock. It does actually work with the light on it. And I just picked one up. I got it today. It's from Out Bags, and this is a drop leg rig for the Desert Eagle. First thing that it has, gotta like how I always do the gun shit after the alcohol. So fuck you, Safety Sallies. First thing it has is actually a secondary way of keeping the gun safe. So you could choose just not to use this, and you could literally just take it off or fold it around or do something with it. Right now I'm electing to leave it on. Then after that, it's got the snap. The back side of that snap is the Velcro for the first one. Inside, it's got a nice layer of like felt, and the front pouch actually, surprisingly, is beefy enough to accommodate an extra mag. And unlike my other one, the one for the 10mm, it only has the bottom. This one actually has a top and bottom, a leg strap, and then you can adjust this. Like it or not like it. a little different setup than my other one. This one actually has, you bring it up through your belt and lock it in. My other one actually has the one section that locks onto your belt, and then it clips into this as opposed to being set up like this. But the one thing I liked about this is because obviously for a Desert Eagle, it's a larger holster, and unlike the one for the 10mm, this holster works for the Smith & Wesson 1006. Obviously, this pistol going into that holster would be like Hornet Fixer, and this pistol going into that holster is more like Travis, you know, like throwing a wiener down an elevator shaft. I mean, there is a, yeah, I know it probably comes as a surprise to you guys, but there is a subtle difference between a 50 AE and the I mean, this is one of the largest frame guns that I own, and I can completely hide it behind the Eagle. I have to say, this was a lot of fun to shoot. It's hard to really get super ass attached to the idea of shooting this all day long when you're talking about 2 bucks around. I hope to change that with reloading, because of the pile of stuff for this that I got from Jim is extra mags. There's a Pacmar grip. I haven't tried putting. I mean, I don't know. It's a large frame gun. I happen to have the Pacmar on this because I thought this felt a little small in my hands, and I like the that. If you've ever used the Pacmar grips, they got that nice little kind of sticky kind of cush to them. So I might try it on this just to kind of see. I mean, it's for what I like, it's actually kind of narrow this way, but obviously you're trying to get your fingers around a 50 Action Express bullet. I mean, at least as of this moment in time, the 50 Action Express is the largest automatic pistol cartridge on the planet, only to be outdone by the Smith & Wesson 500, but that's a revolver, so if you want to categorize them separately. So overall, I like the quality of this holster. Even on my side, it was relatively easy to snap that snap. And like I said, if you're gonna be running or falling out of a helicopter, that secondary one definitely holds it in. And if you have a large caliber gun like this, let it be known that you can actually get an extra mag in there. So that's that. That's the gun porn for the day. Just love this pistol. Don't you, Hornet Fixer? Yeah, I know. What does Jimmy want more than money? One of these. So, if anybody out there is selling on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being pristine like this one was, unfired from 1982, I am trying to find one that's at least a 9. So, there you go. Okay, tomorrow, speaking of Jim, Hornet Fixer, let us take a look at Sawtooth Nitro. A little something that Jim grabbed from the Keyport Bar and Lounge, Superior, Wisconsin. Chuck. This is from Left Hand Brewing, and it is an all-American ale. It comes, well, this is another one like the Nitro Stout that they recommend that you pour it hard. 5.3% by volume. Super smooth, nutty malt flavors balanced by herbal hops. Sounds like she's still on the damn phone, but I'm going to get out of here. So we're going to take a look at that tomorrow. Tomorrow being Wednesday. If you haven't already noticed, up on the ebomey channel is a Shoot-A-Palooza video. I want to thank, that is the craft editing expertise of my man Christopher, Alone with Company. I was looking at it going, you know, how many times is he going to show the pictures of me and a penis in my face? But I figured it looked kind of natural, so I just figured what the fuck, we'd go with it. I got my own, but it's been a lot of long hours and shit, so I'm working on it. As you notice, though, I always find enough time in the day to drink a beer with you guys. So, okay, guys. Again, cheers. Thank you, NYHAP. It's a pretty good beer. And I'm gonna go over to a little place that we normally frequent, and I think I'm gonna get a Lake Superior kayak coach and a Bloody Mary, and maybe a shot of vodka, and I have a designated driver. So see you guys tomorrow.